course, tourism, a buzzword in South Africa, a lot being done to promote tourism. An area of the country that's lacking promotion, if one can say that, is KwaZulu-Natal. Bit of a dent to tourism, international tourism, a few years back when the direct Durban-London Heathrow service was withdrawn. But things are starting to change. People are starting to promote tourism in the province, especially international tourism. And a really unique way to promote tourism is through a new portal called Restinations.com. And from Restinations.com, Ronan and Lee join me in the studio this morning.
Hi, Glenn.
True, KwaZulu-Natal needs a lot of promotion with tourism.
Yes, definitely. We've sort of fallen off the map. If you're a domestic traveller in South Africa and you watch TV, for example, not only in tourism, but literally everything else around KZN has sort of fallen away. We focus on Western Cape and Gauteng. And,
why is that, though? Is that marketing budgets?
It could be. It could be. I'm not too sure. I know that the Tourism Board for KwaZulu-Natal are pushing and striving hard to push this further.
There is a lot of advertising for KwaZulu-Natal in the press, especially in the Sunday newspapers, telling about the different things. Do you think that's not enough?
No, it definitely is. You've got to have a media strategy as well, which I think KwaZulu-Natal does have. But you know, going forward, I do know that for example, Western Cape and Gauteng have outpriced themselves as far as tourism is concerned. So the next focus is going to be on KwaZulu-Natal. So we are in a niche at the moment, ready to take on tourism. I don't think it's marketing as such. For me, it's been a little bit of, well, where has Durban suddenly fallen off? Why has Durban fallen off the map all of a sudden?
And of course, Restinations.com is going to help change it, am I right?
That's correct.
Definitely, we're going to push hard with this one, yes. It's not only about creating an international market. I think when you have a look at KwaZulu-Natal, for example, you've got about 8 million people that are visiting the country throughout the year, and those are your domestic travellers, which is great. 500,000 of them are international, so it's not necessarily a way of bringing the internationals in. Basically, our first phase of marketing with Restinations for KwaZulu-Natal is to actually get the accommodation owners and the entertainment to keep their prices as they are. Don't increase them for international favours because the rand dollar and the rand pound is doing...
Lee, how does Restinations.com work? What makes it different to putting an advert in a newspaper and saying, well, hotel beds, 400 rand a night? Why Restinations.com? Is there a need for it?
Yes, definitely with the internet now. With our website, we actually offer our clients a lot more, which the tourist and the businessman needs to see. You know, when they want to look for accommodation, they want to know what features are available, what does the place look like, what attractions are in the area. We offer all that on our website.
But when we look at, not everyone, if you're looking at foreign people, most have access to internet. Not all South Africans do.
We are getting there, though. We are definitely...
But what happens about people in the rural areas that want to look at KwaZulu-Natal and they don't have access to internet? So it's a huge gap.
There definitely is, yeah. You see, the internet, for example, is we're sort of targeting the higher LSM group, the 7, 8, 9s and 10s. We're also up in Joburg now to go and meet with the cellular network as well, to plug our database into the cellular network so that you can have cell phone searches.
Everyone else has cell phones.
There we go, there we go. So you can search for accommodation from your cell phone. All cell phones are GPS set. And our database will have all GPS settings of all the accommodation establishments around the country. So if you're lost, for example, you just search the network and it'll send back the closest GPS readings.
So you're not only looking at KwaZulu-Natal accommodation, it's nationally?
Yes, that's
and neighbouring
correct.
states or just South Africa?
Well, yes.
We go up to Zambia, yeah, so it's the whole of Southern Africa. Yeah.
And of course you're using the .com, so you're going to have a wider access for the international traveller.
Definitely.
But now how do you market that to?
Well, look, the internet is a marketing tool on its own. It's a very personal one-on-one, but it reaches a global village. So, you know, word of mouth is still the most powerful marketing tool that's out there, and there are ways and means on the internet of actually getting word of mouth marketing going. But the internet is brilliant. It's personal. As Lee was saying as well, you've got photos on the website, for example. You can actually see where you're going to stay. You make bookings. You can just send a quote request through.
And would you pay over the internet with a credit card-based system, or?
Not with
How's it gonna work?
Restinations. What we do is we provide the platform for accommodation establishments to showcase themselves. We don't take a commission on any bookings.
And then the hotels obviously pay a fee to join into Restinations. Is that how you're working?
Yeah.
How would they approach you?
Well, we are going to be travelling all 9 provinces, so we're going to be going out personally to see the people, having that personal one-on-one with them, meeting them, basically explaining to them what we're doing. And
the response from the hotel so far? Been good?
We haven't been to a lot of hotels. We're doing a lot of B&Bs, and we've done the Midlands, KwaZulu Midlands, along the coast. So yeah, we're in the starting process of our whole travels.
Interesting you say B&Bs, because a lot of South Africans can't afford a hotel accommodation.
That's
so you're
right.
having really a wide range of accommodation.
But they are the ones that can afford the hotel. So we cater for your backpackers to your hotels, to your
It's going to be like a one-stop site.
Yeah.
It's up and running, I presume.
Yes.
That's correct. Yes.
Restinations.com
Yeah.
or access through restinations.co.za.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
I just want to look at KwaZulu-Natal briefly. You're saying it's dropped off, or Durban's dropped off the map. Is KwaZulu-Natal not just resting on the fact that Durban was the most popular holiday destination for basically since the turn of last century, and they were just riding on that? And of course,
Definitely,
Cape Town
yes.
suddenly came up and took that away.
The coastal tourism drive has been what's created KwaZulu-Natal, everything along the coast. And what the department, the tourism board for KwaZulu-Natal have done is they've identified areas within KwaZulu-Natal itself and have started establishing an identity for each area. So you've got, it's not just about coastal holiday making anymore, it's about your Berg, your Midlands area, you've got
It's got to be marketed as more than just, as I say, more than just the sea and the mountain.
There's a huge, it's a world in one little province there. We've got the mountains, the forest, we've got the sea which you can actually swim in, which Cape Town, it's freezing cold down there. And on top of it as well, we've
Cape Townians will disagree with you. Their skins are thicker.
On top of it as well, the cultural history in KwaZulu-Natal is brilliant. It's the kingdom of the Zulu. The Drakensberg is inundated with Bushman paintings, which is the oldest culture in South Africa. So it's, in the past, it's just been a coastal, and nothing has been focused on the interior, which we are focusing on at the
Your
moment.
air link that I mentioned earlier, that British Airways and South African Airways used to operate direct services into Heathrow from there. But there is good news. I believe there's that new airline starting up, Court Aviation, are going to fly out of Durban. So hopefully we're going to get some more foreign tourists, and I believe also King Shaka Airport's still on the cards.
Yes, excellent. No, that's brilliant.
Guys, thanks very much for speaking to us about tourism.
Thank you.
We
I
wish
have
you all
a
the
cap
best.
for you as well. That's a holding company challenge.
Oh, that's great. I won't wear this on air. Thank you very much. Always great to
Thank you very much.
see people doing things for tourism, because it is the biggest industry, or one of the biggest expanding industries in our country.
Well, South Africa is #1 at the moment in the world as your travel destination, so we're here to make it better.
We hope you make it better.
Thank you very much, King.
Thanks for coming up all the way from Pietermaritzburg to speak to us.
Thanks.
If you want to know more about that portal, you can go to restinations.com or restinations.co.za, and if you missed that, you can always email me, world@sabc.co.za. And stay with me. I'll be back after the break with news of entertainment and from the African continent. You're with The World Today on 3.